that's when you start booking the jobs, when you get good. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about how to start modeling, and this is one video in a series of videos that I'll be creating for you about how to get a job in the fashion industry, and also for those who are interested, how to become a model, because I've done both, so I feel like I should share it with you guys how I did it. Let's get started. I have a couple of different tips for you. The first one is know what type of modeling that you're suitable for, and that could be anything from commercial, editorial, runway, or a combination of any one of those. So let me just break down what each of these different things mean. So commercial means things like, ads and stuff that you see. So for example, if you go to, I don't know, your local Target or something like that, and you pick up a pamphlet and there's people wearing pajamas and they're looking real happy and having the best time, that's more like commercial modeling. It could also be things like, it's mostly photographic modeling really, like they take photos of you. It could be for ad campaigns, that sort of thing. It could even be things like e-commerce. So those models who are on things like boohoo.com, Pretty Little Thing, ASOS, The Iconic, all those sort of places, those are more commercial models. It actually pays better. It's the best paying type of modeling that you can get. So if you're interested in commercial modeling, it's definitely a really good way to go. And it's probably a little bit less strict. So if you're, not 5 million feet tall, if you're not 5 foot or 180 whatever centimeters, if you're not super tall, commercial could be really good for you. The next option is more your editorial side of things. So editorial kind of means more like the magazine sort of level stuff. In comparison to commercial's sort of like for the general public. Editorial is more like heading towards like that high fashion sort of thing. So pictures that you see maybe in Vogue or things like, I don't know, Harper's Bazaar or something like that. Like those really like fashiony photos, which you usually would probably associate with a model. That's kind of more your editorial side of stuff. And the third one is runway modeling. So a lot of people who do editorial will also do runway because they've kind of got that, typical supermodel-y kind of look. It is starting to change a little bit though. I recently saw some campaigns and stuff like that, and actually runway shows where they've actually used people who are a little bit older, all that sort of stuff. So that the entry level requirements for editorial and also runway are starting to see a bit of a change. So I think we all kind of know what runway is. It's going down the catwalk sort of thing, if you want to put it that way. So think Fashion Week and stuff like that, the runways that everyone kind of associates typically with modeling. And if you get training, you need training for commercial, editorial, or runway. Definitely if you're starting out, see if you can find someone who can train you in these areas. Yeah, runway is good for you if you're really tall and that sort of typical supermodel-y kind of look. For now, it might change in the future, so definitely keep an eye out. But yeah, those are the 3 different types of modeling that you should really think about which one you want to pursue. Is it a combination of both? Which one you're suitable for in terms of, your physical features and all that sort of stuff, and, things that you feel that you might be good at and are willing to, learn more about. Because modeling, looks really simple, but at the end of the day, it takes a lot of training to get really good. And that's when you start booking the jobs, when you get good. The next tip is, to get training from a proper coach with experience. Oh my goodness. So when I first started out modeling, here's a little story for you. When I first started out modeling, I went to this random lady in the middle of Sydney somewhere. I can't even remember where it was. And I thought that, she was an agency, so I applied online. It turned out that she wasn't like a big agency or anything. She kind of like made her own agency. And she was, I think, maybe a one-woman show, I'm pretty sure. And so she would get people to sign up online. She'd put out ads for people online. People would apply, send through their photos. She'd take them into the office, make a whole big wheel and deal about it and say, hey, yeah, I can make you a model. Like, we can get you on the catwalk, like that sort of stuff. So you've got to be careful who you actually get training from. This particular lady ran a training day that I turned up to with a whole bunch of other people who were a little bit younger than me at the time, and she was telling them like information about the fashion industry, which yeah, was correct, but at the end of the day, she couldn't really say who her clients were that she was sending her models to. She had some girl come in who was a model and train us for walking and stuff like that, but it was very quick. It was done, you know, kind of a bit, you know, slapdash, and everyone kind of learned at the same time, and we're doing like poses and things like that at the end of the runway. And you've got to make sure that you're finding, if you're going to go down the agency route, that you're finding someone who is actually a real agent and a reputable agent, and who also has good connections in the industry and who can actually help you book jobs. Especially if they ask you, like this particular lady did, to pay to, you know, have services from her, like photo shoots or whatever, and it was quite a lot of money. It was like $1,000 or something, and then paying to be on their website. So if an agency is asking you to pay for stuff, that usually means that that's how they're making their money. So they're not actually booking jobs, they're just charging people to be put on their website, made to feel special, and they pay for that privilege, but they don't really end up getting any work out of it. So there is that to look at as well. Definitely keep that in mind, because you don't want to end up, you know, in a situation that's not ideal. That kind of covers training, I guess, and also agencies. But third tip for this is to get on social media and follow all, like, just fashion accounts. Just immerse yourself in fashion accounts, particularly ones of models, of professional models, and also ones like that look at old sort of footage from maybe like 90s runways and all that sort of stuff. Have a look at literally everything. Make sure that you've got like a lot of content daily that you're looking at that's teaching you something about modeling. And I guess this kind of goes for fashion generally as well. Make sure that you're, you know, connecting with people who are like you as well, so you can kind of network and talk to each other and help each other out and that sort of thing. Even connecting with people on Instagram or, you know, I don't know, TikTok maybe, I don't know. Go on there and find people who are interested in the same things as you. Have a look at their content. That's a really good place to start, because you can kind of get a gauge on who's a good model, who's not, you know, not a professional model. There's a difference between influencers and models. So look for people who are booking shoots, like check their stories, what are they doing? Just absorb all of the information, especially things like what kind of content that they post, what poses are they doing in that content. That's actually where I started getting a lot of my ideas, I suppose, for my own modeling. So it's a really good place to start. And the last one, which I said in my previous video, you can go and watch that if you like, is to network with people. So that's online and also offline. Make sure that you're DMing people on Instagram that you have similar content to, interested in similar sort of things. If they're posting, you know, posts about their latest shoot, comment on it, ask them questions, really get engaged with them, send them a DM, tell them that you like their stuff and why you like it, and really genuinely connect with them. And then also offline, going to open days and stuff like that at agencies. So sometimes you can pop by agencies depending on what their sort of setup is. They might have an open day at their actual agency headquarters where you can go in, you can talk to the agents, they might measure you, they'll take photos of you, they'll ask you if you've ever modeled before, all that sort of stuff. So you can go and actually network with people outside of, you know, Instagram and TikTok and social media and all that sort of thing. So cover your bases on online and also offline. Just go to events, even things like Fashion Week. If you can wrangle a way into Fashion Week, definitely do that, because you just never know who you're going to meet. And a lot of the time, because it is an industry event, people are very happy to like talk to each other and network. It's kind of an expected thing. And another really good person that I recommend to follow on Instagram or TikTok is a model, and her name is Coco Rocha. She runs Coco Rocha's model camp, and I think she does online training, and she also does in-person training. So if you're looking for someone who has a lot of experience, from what I've seen, I haven't been trained by her. I would love to be trained by her, but I haven't been trained by her. Definitely have a look at what she does and have a look at the people that she works with. I hope that you got something out of all of these tips. If you did, definitely subscribe down below and leave me a comment about where you are in your modeling career, what your dreams are, maybe a brand that you'd love to model for one day, or your favorite model. I will go and check the comments and I will reply to you. Also, if you want to see more of my stuff, head on over to Instagram. My handle is @rachelg.img, and I'm always on my stories, so DM me and I would be so excited to meet you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.